Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another match of competitive Left 4 Dead 2, casted right here on xbye's Twitch. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We have a game from the MavWar Hype Tournament Summer 2015 between Team Pink Rektum Obsession and Team Panic Attack. Co-casting with me for this match tonight, which was on Blood Harvest, which is one of his favorite maps, as I've been told, is the one and only Mr. Killatoy. Killatoy, how are you tonight?
Rails, my friend, I am the Killatoy, and I am excited as heck for this matchup on Blood Harvest. This is going to be a bloody harvest indeed, because this map is super spooky with all these trees. Let me tell you about it. I love this map so much. I've loved it since Left 4 Dead 1, but this is going to be scary, scary, spooky skeletons for both teams today.
Exactly, and before we get started here, we have been asked to talk a little bit about a situation which unfurled a couple days ago in another match regarding the MavWar Hype Tournament. Killatoy, I believe you have a couple details about that you'd like to share with our viewers.
Yeah, I wanted to touch base on a few important things. I'm not going to go into too many specifics, but we did have a group of individuals within the tournament that did get removed from the tournament due to certain acts that were performed. Acts of terrorism, possibly? I cannot confirm that, but they did get removed from the tournament, and unfortunately, that kind of was a last resort. It had to be done, but I wanted to bring it up because I wanted to point out that in this tournament, everybody, regardless of who's playing, needs to treat one another with the utmost of respect. This tournament was dedicated to an individual that wasn't necessarily the greatest player in the community, but he was a good person. And because of that, I think everybody within this tournament should share the same spirit that he had, and everyone should treat each other like decent human beings and not try to troll each other or be jerks in any way or commit acts of terrorism on each other at all, and just play nice and have a good time.
Right, and when you hear about the story behind the naming of the tournament, that player's name was Hype. He was a member of the MavWar community, as we have been informed. I personally never knew him, but I have made a whole lot of good friends through this game and through this community, and the whole spirit of the tournament in that sense. Yes, you're playing for money, and yes, it's a very competitive game in that sense. Well, some will call it non-competitive due to the fact it's Left 4 Dead, but because it's being played in a competitive setting, you have to have that kind of mutual respect and sportsmanship between the two teams. One team didn't follow that, and the admins made the decision to disqualify them, so they are out. And that actually happened right here as we start to transition into the second group of matches for this tournament. I believe this is Game 5 of the tournament, if my schematics are correct here. So that team will not be advancing forward. The details of that, as I said, we're not really going to go into. But sportsmanship is what we want, Killatoy, because this is technically I don't know, I would rank competitive Left 4 Dead somewhere in the popular echelon between, NBA basketball and football, somewhere up there. It's obviously competitive Left 4 Dead.
Rank it above NBA, definitely above NBA.
Yeah,
at
above
the
NBA,
least, bare minimum.
Right.
I mean, this game, you got to hand it to Left 4 Dead 2. It's regardless of what anyone says, it is one of the most competitive games in the world. I've heard rumors that ISIS members actually train playing this game so that they can commit acts of terror. That's not necessarily the kind of people you want playing this game to train, but it's kind of flattering. So, that being said, this game is highly competitive, given all of its skill-based elements, and that's why we have this wonderful tournament. That's why we're here casting it, so everyone can watch all of these dank memes and dank M2s and skeets, and it's a pleasure. It's an absolute pleasure to be a part of such a competitive atmosphere.
Indeed, and with that being said, both these teams that we have here in front of us, both Pink Rektum Obsession, I love that name still, and Team Panic Attack, both of them actually did suffer a loss in their first games of the tournament here. But since we're in Game 5 now, whoever wins this is going to get, I believe, the first win that they can find throughout their playing in the tournament. And obviously, when this drops down from the 8 teams that it started out with, it's eventually going to move into that single elimination phase. And at that point, Killatoy, is when things start to really heat up in that sense, because like we said, there is a cash prize on the line, and this is a very competitive atmosphere for the MavWar community, and I'm expecting a great game right here tonight, especially on Blood Harvest, and you being the Left 4 Dead 1 person, that you are, you can probably tell us how exciting Blood Harvest can be.
This map leads to really, really, really good games. I mean, especially with Left 4 Dead 2, this is going to be very, very spooky. Most people don't really play on this map, so I can't imagine that any of these teams are that experienced playing this. Other than, campaign mode on Expert, I don't know. But this should lead to a lot of really good, frag clips or something of that nature. And, what was I going to say? I totally missed out on what I was going to say. Rails, this is going to be a great match. And the previous 2 games were some of the most intense so far. They were nail biters. They were super close, back and forth kind of games. And I can only imagine that this one is going to be even greater than the previous two. At least that's my expectation and my hope.
We've had a couple really, really close games so far, I can say, both from watching the cast and casting myself, and that's what I've really, really liked so far. It's been a very, very competitive tournament so far in that sense, and definitely in terms of score. And I believe the one that you covered with Koala the other night was like, what, 100 points on Dark Carnival or something like that? It was really, really close.
Yeah, it was a huge comeback. It was really unexpected, too, honestly. I couldn't believe it, but they pulled it off, and it led to a really good game to watch.
Yeah, and honestly, I agree with what you said before. Like, normally Dark Carnival, that kind of maps, like, people play those all the time, but Blood Harvest is a personal favorite of mine that we don't see played too much. Why do you think people like it in Left 4 Dead 2?
Honestly, it's not what anyone expects. I mean, none of the Left 4 Dead 1 maps are what Left 4 Dead 2 players are used to, because in my opinion, honestly, Left 4 Dead 2 maps are a bit easier to deal with than the Left 4 Dead 1 maps are. I mean, No Mercy is a prime example. Tight corridors, spitters are dangerous. And in a map like this map has far more trees and stuff that
foliage.
infected could come from. Yeah, foliage, that's a good word.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not what people are used to. That you don't have this kind of this kind of versatility with spawns that the Left 4 Dead 2 maps have. Because in my opinion, Left 4 Dead 2 maps don't have as much versatility with tank play, with spawn locations, and that's what makes them a lot more dangerous to play on. And I think that's one of the reasons why people don't like them as much, because it seems like it's not as balanced for Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah, obviously it was optimized more for Left 4 Dead 1 gameplay, and then those maps were grandfathered into Left 4 Dead 2, but at the same point in time, that brings a different amount of skill and a lot more positioning that comes into play with that. And one of my favorite parts of all Left 4 Dead 1 maps with that foliage is the infamous blue square. You know what I'm talking about, right?
The infamous blue square. Please remind me. It's not hitting any bells at the moment.
That's where it's technically a blue square on the map inside foliage, where SI can spawn inside the foliage like that, and they can only get proxy blocked. Like, you can't actually stare at it unless you're inside the foliage. So if you're inside a tree right there, it's actually represented as a blue square on the map in that sense, to where Infected can kind of crouch down in there and get really, really good spawns. That being said, I'm sure we're going to see a few of them. We are going to say the good luck and the have fun's coming out right now, and to get this game kicked off as soon as Skook's raise up, we are going to get this game underway. And let's do a quick roster rundown here. We're going to have Team Panic Attack on the Survivor side first, with Otella, Rage Cake, Lotus, and Browntown. Who do we got on the Pink Rectum Obsession, Killatoy?
Oh my goodness, the first these guys are moving forward, and I didn't have any chance to read anything yet. Rails, which team did you just read? Pink Rectum Obsession or Panic Attack? Survivor. You read the Survivors. I'm going with the Infected team. On the Infected team, we have Dustman, Van, NT, Shooks, and Reflector. I had to say it super fast because this attack's about to come up. I had to go really fast. I'm sorry, Rails.
You sound like me. Anyway, we have this first hit that's very in the spawn queue. No, I'm just, that point where I start talking extremely fast, especially during tanks. We do actually have a war room here tonight, I can say also, so we will be utilizing that. But as we just mentioned, Team Panic Attack's on the Survivor, and Team Pink Rectum Obsession is on the SI. It's going to be a Spitter, a Boomer, a Jockey, and a Hunter, and we have a Witch up here, Killatoy.
And we don't see I was hoping for a charger on this first hit, because there is a death charge on this early hit. But right now we're seeing a 2-2, a Spitter, Boomer, Jockey, and a Hunter. But we might see some good action on this Witch, which is in a very spooky location amongst all of these trees, which could lead to some sneaky attacks by the SI.
That Hunter looks like it's coming from the back up there on the rocks to get that DP. The Boomer is trying to spawn behind a tree over there and behind a rock. Survivor's taking it very slowly, clearing out that common. Spitter's also in the woods up there, but on this hit, they really don't have a whole lot that could interfere in terms of like a smoker, but they do have this Jockey going in to interfere. Witch actually misses the first swing, still going in right there. Witch trying to get onto that Jockey as he's being taken up to the cliff. He's going to be down up there away from the rest of the team. The team is going to have to go and try to kill that Witch. Witch is going on Otella, and that is going to be the first death of the match right there, Killatoy on that Witch.
Rails, I did not think I was going to see a kill in this first hit. We didn't have a charger, so we could see a death charge, but the Infected team making good use of this Witch, and great separation by the SI, allowing that Witch to get a confirmed kill on Bill, aka Otella, getting nutty attacked on the first hit.
And that's what I was kind of leaning towards right there. They didn't have the charger, they didn't have the smoker, but they had that Jockey and that Hunter, and they were able to interfere on that a lot more than I thought they would, and that was a great Infected play there. And we do have somebody who also appears to be stuck.
We have a confirmed pause, the first pause of the game. This could be the first of many to come on this campaign. Rails, I still cannot believe that Oh, Nuttitella got killed on the first hit. Normally, Otella is the one that's performing acts of terrorism on other players, but we do have the ready up coming up. Rails, they're about to play.
Reloading!
Indeed, they are about to play, and it looks as though the survivors have been unstuck here. They are going to have 3 Uzis left. Our tank is all the way at 72% through the map. This boomer's going to spawn up right there, gets a nice double boom from the side, and now we are going to see the rest of the attack almost ready to go in. That Hunter is on top of that ridge there. Charger is in front with a spitter, and the survivors are completely common locked here, killatoy.
Rails, you're going to have to hold it down. My game has crashed, so please entertain our viewers while I try to recover from this obvious D-dot.
I shall. That Hunter goes in, and now the Charger's going to go in too, landing on his way right there. The Spit, however, already went down. Now the Death Spit is going to go down on top of Rage Cake. That's going to be another down going out onto the rest of Team Panic Attack here on the Survivor side after that early death. They're going to be able to pick Rage Cake back up. They still have 3 sets of pills, so they are definitely in a sore spot right now. And I'm being told by Boomfrag to please stab killatoy. Killatoy, I've been requested to stab you.
Weapons here!
killatoy is now back. He didn't hear any of that Boomfrag, but I will let him know again. We do have that Boomer going out onto 2 survivors right there. Hunter, Charger, and a Jockey ready almost for the Tri-Capitals, though. The Jockey's coming in. Madness to land on his right there. Charger coming in from the back, lining it up, throwing in, missing the Death Charge. That Hunter is going to land, though. Charger's going to get a couple punches in, too. The Team Panic Attack does clear that hit without getting Tri-Cap or having a Death Charge, but they're still in some really dire straits right here.
Rails, I cannot believe I missed that double boom and that amazing attack. I feel like I've missed on so much in this first game already.
I mentioned that Boomfrag messaged me for a shout-out saying for me to stab you. That is one thing that I was told to do.
I literally cannot be stabbed. It cannot happen.
It's not possible, Boomfrag.
My
I'm sorry.
M2 deflects everything, even bullet.
Okay. And I have a shout-out from xbye saying don't do shout-outs. Okay, I'll make sure not to do that. We have a Smoker, a Jockey, a Boomer, and a Spitter for the next hit coming in right here, but the survivors are taking their time. They still have 2 sets of pills, as a matter of fact. Killatoy has rejoined us in the server, so that's good. But like I said, this tank is rather late, and I don't know, Killatoy. Are they going to be able to kill this tank with 3 survivors?
Rails, by the way it's looking right now, this is looking very grim for the survivors. A tank in this area is very dangerous because we do have a tank. We do have an attack coming in. Solo boom on Rage Cake. Wow! Rage Cake makes it back inside. How did he not get common locked and killed? Impressive work by the survivors actually making it back into the house so they can bait the rest of this hit. But we do have a couple SI outside right now being spooky and making noises in the fourth. Wow. Rails, I don't think the survivors have what it takes to defeat the tank on this map. This tank can play Rock Tank for days, literally.
Reloading!
Honestly, and at this point, they are probably just going to keep pushing forward here. We do have that tank coming up. Because there's only 3 survivors, we are going to be keeping it here. Tank's up in the hands of Reflector for Team Pink Rental Obsession, and as we predicted, Team Panic Attack is pushing this tank very hard. They're going to have Lewis jumping on the tank's head, getting batted back. Jockey lands onto Lewis as well. Francis almost is able to kite right there. As a matter of fact, he actually has gone in front. Browntown's trying to make a run for that safe room right here. There is a double cap going out in the back with Lewis getting left on that Hunter landing, but it looks as though Francis has made it past the tank here. Killatoy, if he doesn't get common locked, he might make the safe room.
Oh my god, it's all up to Francis.
He's going to.
Francis can do the jukes right now. He can make it to the safe.
Oh no!
He gets rocked. The tank is closing in. He needs to end 2 of these comments and hurry up. He doesn't have much time left.
16 HP? Nope.
No, the tank Reflector shutting down Francis. Francis was almost there. He could taste it. It tasted so good, even better than Mountain Dew, but unfortunately the tank landed a rock and moved in for the kill.
That was quite a run, though. They are managing to get 251 points out of that chapter. Our Team Panic Attack. Unfortunately, with that early witch kill, you know, that's really all they could have done in that sense, especially with those 3 Uzis in that area. And xbye saying he got reflected from the safe room. Thank you for that, xbye.
Wow, Francis making some great legwork there, getting some extra points for his team. He narrowly made that, but unfortunately, he couldn't M2 that rock. The rock landed, the commons swarmed in, slowed him down just enough for that tank to get in there to get last a couple punches, but you're absolutely right. There's not a whole lot they could do. If they were to push back, the tank could have just bled him out or pushed in and got the wipe. So really, all you can do at that point is go for points and hope for some sick jukes.
Exactly, and he almost made it there with a little bit of health bonus as well. Now, obviously, they're going to put the stress on Team Panic Attack to do a lot of work as their SI here, because this witch can be pretty precarious, but the survivors are in a great position here to not only take that witch, but also make the map with bonus. Going to be up to Team Panic Attack to play that SI round, and now Team Pink Rectum Session on the survivor. We are going live here, and it's that 2-2 again with that witch, Killatoy.
Yeah, this is still even without a death charge, this is still a dangerous situation for the survivors. That witch is just comfortably located amongst a bunch of trees, and the infected have so many places they can spawn from. It's really hard to even draw her because this common infected can just come in from all directions.
Speaking of that, looks as though the survivors are actually working their way through. They are running a 2-2 setup. xbye is suggesting to use the fire axe to cut down trees. I don't know exactly if that works in this version of Pro Mod. Probably the next update with the way things have been going, but Zoe's going to go over here to block that tree, and the rest of the common are getting pulled out right here. Jockey's behind a rock. We have the Boomer in the background there a little bit, Spitter on the side, and Hunter not yet spawned on the mountain. I'm going to see a draw crown here, Killatoy,
I think they're going to pull it back in this corner, and that's actually a pretty good idea because they can focus fire everything.
Wow.
Oh, the Reflector gets a sick crown. Impressive shot by Reflector, getting the draw crown, not even pulling it back to the corner, and all the infected just getting shut down right now. Absolutely good work by the survivors handling this first hit.
Yeah, that was a great take right there by Team Pink Rektum in the session. They were able to go back into that corner, and then they really didn't have the SI any in range at all. You know, that Hunter did land a little bit, but then the Boomer got shut down, Jockey got shut down, and nobody was able to interfere. And they are making short work of this bridge right now. Before the next set spawns read up, it's going to be a Charger, a Jockey, a Spitter, and the last spawn is a Hunter set Tricap with Spit, but they're in great shape right now, Killatoy.
Green HP all over the place. So much green, you'd swear it's Mountain Dew, but wow, the survivors making it to the house here. Haven't even hit the second hit yet. They do have a solid hit right now, but they're sitting extremely well right now.
Indeed they are, and it looks as though they're going to pick that Spitter, as a matter of fact, before that hit goes in. Hunter on top coming in, and that's going to be a quick clear. Not a very coordinated attack right there, Killatoy.
Rails, I'm not quite sure what the strategy was. I don't know if the Spit was trying to get a free Spit into the house, and then maybe watch them try to fall outside and get hit by SI. I'm not sure, but he got picked right away before anyone could do anything.
Indeed, now the tank for Team Panic Attack is up in the hands of Gov Browntown, and we do have one worm here. I do believe that is the Survivor worm for Team Pink Rektum in the session. Do you think we should go to that for this tank, or should we keep
Let's
it here?
see how they handle this tank fight, because this could be perfect for them.
Reloading!
All right, then let's take it over to a Pink Rektum in the session worm.
Reloading! Jockey!
Charger!
Do you want to put pressure? Right.
Yeah. Push him, push him, push him.
Reloading!
Rock.
Back.
Yeah, let's go back.
God damn it!
Rock.
London.
I got a rock.
Damn it! Watch where you're
I'm gonna aid it. Get on if you need it.
Reloading! Reloading! Reloading!
Oh, it spawns already. Go back.
Jockey! Reloading!
Check for that shark.
I got hit way up ahead by the tank, and now I'm getting smoked. I was trying
Alright,
to
let's
walk
go
back.
L4.
Still got some health on me. Tank's got me really close to dying too.
Yeah, push him,
Right.
push him.
I'm down.
Will you knock it off? Let's go, Lewis! Get up! Hey, man! That hurts! Hunter! I need some help!
I'm down!
I'm in trouble! Get up, Lewis!
I'm out of ammo.
Need a little help!
Fuck.
Let's go, Lewis. Get up. Damn it.
Help, please!
Why are you out of ammo?
Some trouble.
I said when you have time, go in, get ammo.
And we are back from that Survivor War Room right there of Team Pink Rektum Obsession. A great tank and some great SI support coming out right there from Team Pack Attack. They were on the defensive, but they turned that around, killatoy. Now they're only down by about 46 points. What a tank.
Wow, Left 4 Dead, oh man, Left 4 Dead 1 maps are the bee's knees. This map, the first map of Blood Harvest, is such a great map for tank. It's there's so much versatility. I love it. That's why I love Left 4 Dead 1 maps so much. The tank played Rock Tank for days, capitalized on a lot of SI support, got some rocked. Oh my goodness, that played out in their favor tremendously. They needed that. The survivors, prior to the second hit, had nothing but green HP. They were barely chipped, but they ended up getting the full wiperoonie on the survivors.
Indeed they did, and from that situation right there, I think we remarked about it when we were talking during that war room, the cards that are near that building there actually are not hittable, so the rock tank option definitely seemed to work a little bit better there for the SI. If he had pushed in there, that's a tough spot for the survivors to take in a little bit too if they stay inside that room, unless they're actually managing to juke punches at close range. But instead, we saw Browntown play it long, we saw Pack Attack definitely take advantage of that, and that was a great SI performance, but still a very tight game right here. Only 46 points separating the two teams, and we've got a 78% tank here, killatoy.
Yeah, as I was hoping, as I expected, that this is going to be another intense, close game between both of these teams, like the previous two games that have been casted. So far, this is just a tight game. We're looking at 46 points separating both of these teams from victory, and we're going into the second map, and I'm expecting a lot of good things coming into this map as well.
Indeed, and we should be seeing the teams ready up momentarily. I believe this hit's probably going to come in the first hallway here. They've got that jockey, that boomer, that spitter, and a hunter, so it is going to be that 2-2. We're just waiting for Team Pack Attack right up. I believe they're probably talking about where to go in this situation. This is one of those situations on Left 4 Dead 1 maps, killatoy, where the spitter really does come into play with these tight corridors.
Yeah, these tight corridors are something you really have to be careful with. The Left 4 Dead 1, you didn't have that to worry about. You had Boomer, you had Cappers, but it's easy to shut down. You don't have to worry about being grouped up with your teammates and get a lot of damage from Spitter. So they have to play their cards absolutely perfectly. Otherwise, this could be a lot of damage, even with just one hit.
Indeed, and really, they don't even have that charger there, but the stumbles that could happen here could be huge. We are going live right here, and we are going to see Team Pink Rektum Obsession jump out of the save from here to try to close a couple of those doors. And it looks as though the SI have actually decided to hit in the room down below here, killatoy. Interesting call.
Not too bad. I think attacking early would have been good, but this still is a tight corridor that they can perform some serious damage here. So the survivors are going to need to bait extremely carefully.
Indeed they are. That jockey is going to run there and get death stop. We're going to have that spit go in on the survivors. Not really landing on a whole lot of anything. The pinners were not able to land either. And this is a little bit awkward now because that hunter and that jockey are both pre-spawned up. There is no spit. Survivors pushing in and doing that jockey, shutting it down. Hunter going in there, managing to land it. And the boomer's going to land a beautiful quad boom onto the survivors.
There is no way. Am I seeing things correctly? Do I need to put glasses on? Did I just see a quad boom?
You did. You saw a quad boom. I don't think I'm joking you.
Quad boom. I don't know who that boom was, but holy crap, he must have been practicing. He must have been playing campaign mode as infected a tremendous amount because quad booms are a rare sight to see. His SI weren't able to pull off much there because they were chipped and baited, but let me tell you, that quad boom was amazing.
That was a great boom, and I do hear the witch. There is going to be an event here for those unfamiliar with Blood Harvest. They're going to open this door, and they're probably going to have to elect to run this event. However, that witch is going to be in the way, and there is a boomer, charger, hunter, and a jockey, so no spitter for this tight area here, killatoy, but some good separation potential.
Yeah, I'd probably wait for them to try to push the event. That's your best opportunity to utilize that boomer as much as possible, get some separation as the survivors scramble to push forward into a better fortified position. But no, they're actually going now. Charger goes in, waits for the boom to drop in and stumbles Zoe, and he gets 3 punches on Zoe. No, I'm sorry, 2 punches. Wow, that was a lot sooner than I expected. I was waiting for them to hit the event, and now the survivors are going to push forward with uncontested.
And I think they're going to elect to avoid that witch. Indeed they are. They both have propane tank, and now they are running up those stairs completely deciding to avoid that witch, who actually is aggroing on them, interestingly enough. She's standing up. That actually almost was a witch trigger right there. They managed to make the way through. Actually, the witch did get triggered.
What?
It's gonna be triggered through the floor. That's what that was. Yeah, they're all triggered.
Ultra trigger! This witch is so triggered right now. Where is this witch? She's pushing up the stairs.
Oh, she's coming up the stairs?
Trigger. This witch is coming
Okay,
in.
the witch is coming in.
Realize it.
And I think she's going for Bill. Yeah, she was going for Bill. And NT, who somehow triggered the witch through the floor right there. And now that boom and that event hoarder are going to keep Bill down a little bit. That was a very, very large trigger radius, Killatoy.
Survivors were not wanting that. They pushed upstairs for the sole purpose of avoiding that witch, but that witch still got triggered. She was staring at him, and she was not happy with their move to avoid her. And she got in and got Bill in capped. Bill is the lucky man right now that he is not dead.
Yeah, Bill did get in cap there, but the survivors now are going to push their way forward yet again. It's going to be a jockey, a hunter, a boomer, and a charger. So some more separation potential here. Charger spawning in the back, waiting for the jockey to speed in. Jockey going in now, managing to go for Bill. The hunter does land. Charger gets a nice intercept, but then does get leveled by Browntown. We're now have that jockey going in there, getting M2'd, jumping around past the survivors. Double boom did land. Jockey now does land, and that's going to be the attack clear Killatoy.
Wow, aside from that witch in cap on Bill, the survivors are doing pretty well right now. They just need to work together right now before this tank gets spawned up, and they need to fight this tank well. They honestly do not need to push too far back either. This is a decent area to play tank. You can actually be up on top of the tank and do a lot of work to them. But it looks like the survivors are going to push back. We could do a war room. Is that on the infected side? Whose war room is this?
War room would be survivor side again. I
think no. Let's just stick
I'm feeling we
with
keep
this.
it here. Yeah, I
like
agree.
that.
So the tank is in the hands of Rage Cake for Team Panic Attack right here. The hit is going to be a Charger, a Boomer, and a Smoker. So the survivors are going to like to take it back to this open area back here. There are a lot of spawns around them, but it's also easy for them to see them when they come in. Tank right now is transitioning, trying to get on top of this roof, and I believe they're going to send a hit right now because that Smoker just spawned up. The survivors are doing a good job of LOSing. That Boomer should be coming in relatively soon.
I'm
and
expecting
the tank,
a sneaky boom. That's
yeah,
what I'm thinking.
separation pull.
And the sneaky boomer gets the double! Oh, baby, we might see some sick rocks. This tank needs to get up top right now, unless he's going to commit.
I think this tank's going to commit. Second pass, 55% has to go in.
Absolutely, he's committing.
Yeah.
He's committing, but the comments haven't caught up yet. Will he be able to capitalize on Cockluck Survivor?
Looks as though he's going for the non. Now he's going for the
So many questions
Survivor.
marks, Rail.
So many questions and absolutely no answers. That Charger is going to get killed. Rage Cake is going to decommit with still 4k HP. The survivors actually took a lot of damage so far.
This is still pretty good. Rage Cake, the tank right now, did back away after getting a couple of hits. As long as she keeps LOS, they are sitting very well and a very good possibility of wiping the survivors right now.
Sounds like a freaking hunter.
Yeah, but the survivors are also in an okay position here where that tank is down to only around 4k HP. Gonna chip them the entire way in. Tank is coming back in. It's actually AIs as it's looking at the survivors. We have a 13 damage pounds going out right there. Tank is now doing some calisthenics on top of this truck. And now we're gonna have a Tribune landing. Smoker does get cleared. Tank is pushing Lewis. Still has 2k HP. Jockey lands on the Zoe, but does get cleared. Doesn't actually get cleared. I'm sorry, that Jockey has like 2 HP left. Tank is beating the living shit out of Lewis as that Jockey takes the survivor to the side of their Killatoy. This is not looking good.
Real, I don't know what I'm seeing here. We've got a Jockey survivor way in the front, getting super separated. This AI tank was beating the living daylights out of Lewis, which was in cap, trying to get the kill. Actually, pretty close. That was amazing. We got 2 in cap right now with a bunch of SI coming in for the kill. That was impressive work. I did not expect this much damage to occur from an AI tank, but it is working out in the infected's favor. Only Bill right now is awake and alive, trying to help his teammates, but
That is a death.
I could use a hand.
Bill's gonna kite that charge right here, but the other 2 survivors are down, and that is a death. That tank went AI almost as Rage Cake was looking at the survivors, like in the middle of her transition. This Boomer's gonna spawn up right here, gets a nice double boom out onto the survivors, and Bill actually drops Lewis. And it's now going to corner up. This might be a wipe here,
Rails,
Killatoy.
this is the kill. This is the kill the infected team wanted. I did not expect that AI tank strategy, unintentional strategy, to work. But right now, Bill is the only survivor left, and he does not have enough M2s in the world to be able to fend off the SI here. And the survivors have been wiped.
Indeed, they have. That's going to bring their total score to 625 to 251 with Team Pack Attack still to play Survivor here. And that AI tank, as Browntown did just say, that was interesting turn of events to say the least right there. That AI tank had about 2k HP left. And is that a typical spot where you see the survivors take that tank Killatoy? I think you have more experience with
That is actually
this.
a decent place to fight. That's actually a pretty common place to fight the tank in Left 4 Dead 1. So that was a good position for them, but unfortunately the survivors were not able to work together and shut down the SI. I mean, with the AI tank, you would have thought that the SI wouldn't have much to work with, but they ended up pulling it off. And right now the survivors are sitting probably pretty confident because they could make a really good comeback on this map.
Indeed, they could, and that tank right there, it really depends on how they take the Witch and how they take the event. Obviously, we saw the Witch aggro from up on the stairs there onto the Survivors, so I think the Survivors are going to try to take out that Witch, get those 20 points, and then probably try to push the way through that and get all the common out of the way before that tank spawns up. Hopefully, we are just waiting for Lotus to ready up here, and we'll see what Team Pack Attack can do on the Survivor side. Again, for that opening hit for Team Pink Rektum Obsession, it's going to be a Boomer, a Spitter, a Jockey, and a Hunter, and it looks like they want to hit in this first area here, Killatoy, as opposed to what the other team did.
Reloading.
Yeah, I think attacking right away is a pretty good strategy. You can get your SI up pretty quickly afterwards, and you can actually do a lot of good damage here. It's a very, very tight area, so their Spitter would work perfectly here. They need to shut down this first hit, shut down one more hit, take care of that Witch, and head to tank. And I tell you, if they can handle all of that prior to tank, we might see an epic comeback from the Survivor side here.
We could, and something that I've actually noticed is that the Horde on this event really doesn't happen for a long amount of time. It's kind of like, once you get that Horde out of the way, the area to fight the tank actually becomes a lot easier for the Survivors.
We might need these.
At least in my experience with the map.
Yeah, and we do have the ready up coming up. This is going to be the moment of truth. Can the Survivors shut down this first hit? That is what we were waiting to see. I tell you, Rails, I predict if they can shut down this first hit, we're going to see great things from them this map.
Indeed, and looks as though they are actually spawning that boom up right there. Imagine getting a nice boom through the floor on two Survivors. Hunter coming in right now, two with that spin. Spin goes down on top of the Survivor, the quad boom lands. That's going to be a lot with them going out, and that is going to be a two cap in the front with a spin and a double cap from the Hunter and the Jockey. A huge amount of damage going out right here. Survivors trying to go through and clear, but that is going to be almost two downs. Jockey is still going on to Lewis right there. Killatoy.
It's going to be okay. Tell me
I don't know if it's going to be okay. I don't know if it's going to be okay. Lewis right there got in cap. That was insane.
Rails, we just saw a tremendous amount of damage. I take everything I said back. I was wrong. The infected team dishing a tremendous amount of damage with their crazy quad boom. Lots of stumble going on. A lot of Survivors stumbled into that spit, and then we saw a 2-2 separation. 4 boom, 1 pounce, 1 jockey. That was insane damage. The infected team do not want the other team to win right now.
Indeed, and this Boomer's gonna go again, gets a nice single boom out onto this Survivor there. Charger spawning up, dropping in, going for the charge, and he is going to miss it onto Zoe right there. Hunter is coming in as well. Actually manages to land a separation pounce up top on the Boom Survivor. Well, actually, that's Francis who is health bonus. That's gonna be another down going out onto the Team Pack Attack Killatoy. This has been a disastrous first 2 hits.
Please give me a blanket. I'm so spooked right now. I'm so spooked. The infected team are committing the spookiest of attacks right now. If you look at their HP, they've only got one major source of health bonus right now, aka Rage Take.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, the infected just need to keep dishing this out right now. And they've
Witch
got
goes
another
off.
hit.
Witch is on an Uzi right there. Imagine you get the down on the Brown Town. That's going to be a pull going out as well. They're trying to kill that Witch. Tri-Boom goes out. Jockey is still up. Charger is coming in the cube right now. A huge amount of damage going out again. Charger is going to go in there and get a single charge. And then Jockey actually lands for a separation too. On to Francis, who's the only non-boom survivor. Charger is going to get freed. Almost recharging that. Jockey's going to keep going on to Francis up top. Killatoy, this is absolute destruction.
Oh my Rails, I can't even barely breathe right now. We are seeing so much coordination by the infected team right now. There is no health bonus. Zoe's dead. Zoe is finished. She's killed and there are no defibrillators. They can't bring her back and there's only 2 left up. Rails, this is the end. This is the end. They're not going to make any comebacks today on this map, Rails. I'm so
Pull goes
scared.
out again. The pill goes out. What the hell is this pull? It's actually through the floor, through the vents there on the Bill. That is...
exploit, Rails?
That was an exploit right there.
I don't know.
That Boomer chasing the Survivors.
There's so much killing going on right now. You'd have to swear that there's cheating going on. Bonus, the only remaining survivor, as Lewis is just struggling right now, trying to push forward. He doesn't stand much of a chance though because there's a spooky smoker laid by Reflector.
Wow, that pull. That's going to be the pull out onto Lewis right there. And the foul for Lucy has to be 625 to 453 in the favor of Pink Rektum Obsession Killatoy. That was some of the most brutal SI play I think I've ever casted, if I'm not mistaken.
I need to apologize right now. My heart's pounding. The adrenaline is real right now. I can't believe what I was seeing. Since the very first attack, the infected team dishing out so much pain. It was relentless. Every single attack that they did devastating amounts of damage. The survivors did not stand a chance.
That was absolutely insane, and the game is still extremely close. It's about 172 points separating the two teams right there. I corrected my math. I was able to fix that, but this tank is going to be pretty hard, I think, for the survivors to take in this area. It's going to be at 31%, so it's going to be as the survivors are transitioning outside, going past that log a little bit into that alley there. And killatoy, this is still a huge amount of comeback potential for Team Pack Attack on this map.
Yeah, this is a great map to do it. This is actually a really great place to play tank. It is a fun one, actually, I reckon. And given the fact that both teams are a little bit unfamiliar with this campaign on Left 4 Dead 2, this could go either way. I mean, we're seeing a close game again on game 5 here. It is anybody's game at this point.
Indeed it is, and we are going to go live right here with Team Pink Rektum Obsession on the survivors and Team Pack Attack on the special infected. It's a charger, a smoker, a jockey, and a spitter, and this right here, killatoy with Blood Harvest and Left 4 Dead 2, is a precarious situation with that charged spit in these close corridors.
They need to focus their M2s and their baits to maximum velocity if they want to avoid taking tons of damage here.
Smoker gets the separation pull out, charger does miss the charge, spit does go down, and the jockey gets a jockey and a stumble into that spit, plus a huge amount of damage going out onto the two survivors up there through the death spit, and that was almost 200 damage on that hit.
Wow. Very, very nice work. That is what we need to see. The infected team need to go hard in this map. Their first attack was a great success. They need to keep it up. They need to kill the survivors with this tank. That way they can make the comeback that they are so thirsty for. They're so thirsty for it, Rails. You can tell. You can tell. Without a war room, you can tell they're thirsty.
Exactly. I mean, the hits that have been going out the past two chapters have just been devastating so far. It's going to be a smoker, a spitter, a charger, and a boomer. So another charge spit in these corridors right here could be devastating to Team Pink Rektum Obsession. We have a smoker getting a pull forward. Charge flying in the back. Getting a triple charge out onto the survivors. Boomer lands a tri-boom. Double boom intercepts, as a matter of fact. Spit does reach on that. That's going to be another double boom right there. Stumbling goes forward. That's a full down. Oh my god.
Another
Double
insult.
cap.
A triple charge. Followed by a double boom and an in-cap on
Two in cap.
Wow.
Two in cap.
There is no health points left except for Bill, aka Scoop. This is devastating. They still have to fight a tank rail.
Jockey going in, trying to troll a pickup, gonna get M2 to shut down, and now the tank is gonna come up into the hands of Otella, 14 Pack Attack. We're gonna keep it here at the moment. I think the survivors are gonna keep pushing forward. We're waiting to do that SI worm. That's really what we want. Nice rock going out onto Lewis's face. Tank committing in, has the survivors backed up into a little bit of prominent infected. We have a smoker pull going out. Tank trying to hit French right there. A nice charge going out. Boomer lands a single boom onto one. Tank refocusing his attention, going in, trying to hit Lewis right there, who is now column locked. That's gonna be him hitting Bill as well. This tank is landing punches all over the place, killatoy.
He's still using these trees to his advantage. You know, temporarily ducking in and out so he can be hiding, and he can jump out when they least expect him to spooky punch it. But right now, we got two boom survivors, two in cap. One guy is about to get killed right now. Holy moly, Rails, we just saw a kill going out onto Zoe, and the tank is still going hard with over 50% HP. The survivors are sure to die in this situation.
Indeed they are, and that's going to be just two survivors still up. Rock going in, almost hitting Bill there as a matter of fact. And now we are going to have NT trying to get that lockup, but yeah, tank almost got it right there. Smoker pull does go out onto Bill, and now we are going to have that smoker wrapping that up. Killatoy, that's
Oh
going
my
to be the way.
goodness. Oh, Tella going nutty once again. The survivors here using this environment to his advantage. Creeping in out of the trees, jumping out and skipping the survivors. And you know what? The survivors did not stand much of a chance in this situation. They took so much damage from the first two attacks. The tank made easy work of the survivors.
Indeed, and that was a huge amount of hits going out beforehand, doing a lot of damage. And now we are going to see exactly Pack Attack having the exact same position they had last chapter almost, which is trying to make a comeback on this map right here. It can be done via just distance points, so they just need to kill that tank, and we are going to have killatoy going out, and he's going to use the restroom real fast, so we're going to keep it here for the time being. And we're going to have that same hit for Team Pink Rektum Obsession coming out. It's going to be that tri-cap with spit, and that's going to be in this hallway here, and that of course is extremely devastating. So it's going to be that charger, that smoker, that jockey, and that spitter. As soon as Lewis raises up, we will be able to take this live And yeah, we'll see exactly what Panic Attack can do to try to turn the game more in their favor. We are going live right here. We are going to see the Survivors start pushing in the hallway in just a matter of seconds. Looks as though the SI are splitting the hallway right now. They have that Smoker lineup on one side and the Charger and Jockey on the other. Survivors working their way out, trying to work their way around here. Looks as though they're running through this one shotgun, which is good for shutting down in this sense. Francis has already taken the corner there. Smoker spawns up, going for him. Is going to land on a Francis. Charger's going to come in. Gets a nice intercept on the Zoe, and the 2-cap actually lands. Charger and Jockey both landing a massive amount of spit damage going out again. However, it was not quite as good as Team Panic Attack's first hit. So they're going to keep working their way through the map right here. That still was a lot of damage, over 100 as a matter of fact, going out onto that Survivor team from Team Pink Rektum Obsession. And now we're going to see Panic Attack pushing their way out into this horde. They're going to have to take another hit probably as they are spawning that tank, because they are only at 29% right now, and they have to work their way back inside. It's going to be a Boomer, a Spitter, and 2 other spawns coming into queue. That's going to be the tank, as a matter of fact, for Team Pink Rektum Obsession. Nice! Tri-Boom going out, and as the Survivors push their way back inside, they're going to deal with the Spitter and this Jockey. xbye, let's take it over to that SI war room.
That's exactly what we needed. Good jockey. I went inside with that.
Yeah, I have my fucking banning stick now.
This is my boomstick.
Help over here! Help me! I'm in trouble! Help!
And we are back from that Pink Rektum Obsession war room, and we see the double wipe go out, Killatoy. Both teams wiping on that same tank. Only 63 points separating their chapter scores right there, and we have Pink Rektum Obsession holding on to that 200 and some point lead. What a tank.
Really pushing it into the Rectums right there. That was ridiculous. As we predicted, this is a true nail-biting situation. Both teams are just slaughtering each other, one after another. It's still anybody's game with just a 200-point difference. This is going to be good. This is going to come down to the final map, I believe.
Probably, yes, and I do believe we are playing through maps 1 to 5 here, and I think this is going to be a pretty pivotal map right here as well. That tank's at 57%, Witch at 34%. It's still a very, very close game. Only, like I said, 235 points separating between these two teams. However, though, we've seen Panic Attack have a couple chances here to come back, and they had not yet utilized that Killatoy.
Yeah, wow. And as I was just reminded, Rails, we are on the 3rd map right now?
Yeah, this is the 4th.
This is the 4th map. Rails, neither team has surpassed 1,000 points, and we're on the 4th map. Both teams really dishing it out, not letting anybody get over 1K. This is amazing. And hopefully, before these guys get started, I would like to do another reminder that everybody watching right now, I hope you're paying close attention to this exciting game, because you do need to vote for the MVP after this is said and done.
And we have just been informed by the Owl that this is indeed maps 1 to 5 of Blood Harvest here. So we're going to get the entire campaign included. That means there are 2 maps here for Team Panic Attack to attempt to make the comeback, or for Team Pink Rektum Obsession to hold out here and get the win. It's going to be a Hunter, a Jockey, a Spitter, and a Boomer. So a 2-2 for this first hit for Team Panic Attack. Survivors pushing out of safe from right here. Hunter spawning up, making some noise, but they haven't yet gone in. Bouncing around in the front there. These are some interesting spawns, Killatoy.
Behind you!
They are just using these woods to their advantage right now. Even though they have a 2-2, they can be very scary. They can creep in when they least expect it because of all this foliage. The Boomer does get shut down, but these SI could still move in and perform lots of damage, but they are just going to wait. They're going to wait for their 3-cap, and they are going to try to do as much damage with the Spitter as possible.
I think you're going to see the Survivors play this really, really aggressively right here. They're already starting to push towards that choke. They're going to try to drop before that last spawn is fully up. However, it is up now, and they have slowed down. It's going to be a Hunter, a Jockey, a Spitter, and a Charger. They've already made it past that first choke point there, and now they are working their way towards the second one. And where is this witch at? I heard... Oh, she's inside the room. She's inside the warehouse. So it's going to be a tri-cap plus that witch.
They need to be careful with their baiting right now. If they can bait this attack out very well, they can shut it down and make short work of this witch. And that is what they need to do. They need to ghost. They need to M2. They need to bait as hard as they possibly can right now if they want to maintain this health bonus for tank.
They have dropped down now, and the survivors are pushing in as the infected are repositioning. Jockey spawns up, going for the intercept, getting him too. We do have a Witch getting pulled by an Uzi right there. That's going to be a full down on the Bill. The Hunter is going to land almost in the back as well. Charger getting a couple of scratches. That was a nice SI hit, killatoy.
Oh, wow. And the survivors were going balls deep right there. Really pushing in hard. They almost pulled it off. Zoe was able to get the M2 on the Jockey that was waiting by the Witch, but unfortunately the Witch got hella triggered and incapped a separate survivor, aka Bill. And they did a good job of getting that incap, but the rest of the SI did get shut down, and we have Lotus up as the tank right now, pushing in forward.
Indeed, and we are going to keep it here for this due to the fact we do only have that one war room, 14 ping Rektum obsession. We're going to call right here this tank for panic attack as the survivors stare it down. Tank is going to look to try to get that forklift, and I think Jockey going in with a boomer right there. They're going to start hitting the forklift in. Boomer gets a nice boom on the one. Jockey also lands Charger waiting to go in. Tank's screwing with his forklift here, trying to get in. He's hit in an awkward spot, I think, killatoy.
Yeah, he might be able to get this into a good position. This is a common tactic in L4D2. This forklift could do a tremendous amount of damage if he's able to get it up over these tables. If he can, this could be the end for the survivors as we know it.
Looks as though the tank is going to wait here for his next set of spawns. That Charger did not go in, just kind of waiting outside. The Horde is still trickling in on to Team Pink Rektum Obsession right here. Going to be that tri-cap, Charger, Jockey, and Hunter for this commit. For Lotus' tank, going for that forklift, trying to hit around. He's got now Wedge. He's actually abandoning it and is going to decide and opt to go for the survivors without it. Trying to get a punch on Zoe, and they are cutting him over the tables right here. He's going to try to push the survivors even more. Hitting the pellet jack right there. Charger and Jockey do both land. That does get cleared in terms of the Jockey. The Hunter does land. Tank going in there, managing to get a nice punch on to Reflector there, but now he is getting juked. Trying to push him again. Now he gets another hit, and he is going to decommit here, killatoy.
Wow. Tank took a tremendous amount of damage, wasn't able to do as much damage as they would have hoped. The forklift unfortunately got stuck early on, so he had to commit with the tri-cap, but everything was killed before the tank got close enough to really do a whole lot of damage. So only a couple of punches going out right now, and the survivors are still sitting extremely strong as the tank waits for SI to come back up.
Tank is almost going to be going AI here. As a matter of fact, he's actually going to be rolling back in. He tried to get that car alarm to go off. Did not work. He's now hitting the red car into the air. Survivors running as fast as they can to try to get back inside. Lotus' tank is now going to go AI. He's going to have a Charger, a Smoker, and a Hunter.
Rails, they did not want that to go AI. They had a good opportunity there to get that car in, but unfortunately they could not capitalize on it. And now we've got an AI tank trying to push in with very little HP.
AI tank has about 1800 HP. They're going to be sending a hit in. We're going to have that Hunter going in for Lewis, landing on the Lewis. Matter of fact, getting the separation. Tank lands a rock. Charger does get killed. Tank whipping a punch onto Francis right there. A good amount of damage going on to Lewis, and the tank actually hits Bill and kills him.
Oh my god!
I'm reloading.
What is
Wow!
going on?
AI tank is doing work. AI tank is now climbing over. I cannot believe what I
legendary
saw.
AI tank. The stuff that's only spoken of in legend. The AI tank managed to get a death punch on Bill because this fence, you can't get punched over it. There is no invisible wall here. And the AI tank managed to get a solid hit on Bill, committing the confirmed kill. That could have not have gone in any better of a way for the infected team.
Wow, now that Jockey is going to land onto Lewis for a split second there. That's going to be a Charger going into Lewis as well, getting a punch, and actually does get leveled by Reflector, who also popped that boomer. They have 3 survivors. They still have a pretty good health bonus for 3, but now pressure is going to be on Team Panic Attack to wipe them before they make the safe room.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now, Rails. That was looking so good for the survivors. The AI tank had hardly any HP, but he committed, and he got a kill punch. He got a friggin' kill punch. This is crazy. The infected team right now
And
can
that
still
happens.
stop them.
I thought I saw what was happening. I saw Bill fly, but then I was like, wait a minute, because AI tank actually did a death punch there.
He
Now
must
we're
have been
gonna
listening to R. Kelly. I believe I can block.
That Smoker does get a pull, does get cleared. Hunter going in, Jockey does land on the Lewis, and that is going to be a 2-cap onto the bullets, and that Jockey got cleared somehow after dropping Lewis off the edge there. I'm not entirely sure what that was. Hunter is going to get rebounded, and the Jockey does get a Jock on the Zoe, dropping her down, and that is going to be a in-cap right at the bottom of that cliff right there. Hunter has pinned Francis, and that's the white kill.
What a nutty hotel at Jockey. Are you kidding me? The infected team pulling off triple here, killing the rest of the survivors. Rails, that, I honestly could not have foreseen that coming at all. And then the infected team is now going to survivors. They could make a comeback. This could
make
be
a huge
comeback.
Yeah, they could make a huge comeback here. That tank right there, taking it inside the warehouse area is a good position for the survivors usually. And to see that oddness happen with the survivors pushing outside and I was caught completely off guard by that AI tank punch off the cliff there without that invisible wall. That is something that you definitely want to know when playing Blood Harvest due to that fact. And
I'm gonna dream of that for weeks. I am terrified. AI tanks, get out of here! I can't believe it. But that's what we anticipated for this campaign. It is Blood Harvest and L4D 2. We anticipated that nothing but wacky, crazy shenanigans would happen, and what do you know? That is exactly what is happening. I have not been disappointed so far in this game.
Exactly, and with this map, with the health bonus potential right here, that event at the end is a little bit hard for the survivors, but with the right Bile Bomb, with the right positioning, they can get past it. This could be Team Panic Attack's chapter right here. We are going live. It's going to be a Boomer, a Hunter, a Spitter, and a Jockey. 14 Pink Rectum Obsession for the SI, a Bill Bomb, according to xbye. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Is that one? What is a Bill Bomb,
Not the
Killatoy?
Bill Bomb, are you kidding? But Bill, put the bomb away, don't use it! It's not worth it!
Oh no, does that mean Bill's a member of ISIS?
He's gonna commit the ultimate sacrifice and sacrifice himself for the greater good.
Oh boy, that's going to be the survivors drawing some comment out right there. The Jockey is pre-spawned on the roof of the safe room, and they are going to be pushing out right now. We're going to have that Spitter spawning in the trees over there as well, and like we mentioned, Killatoy, the SI using the foliage to their advantage. That Boomer's going to spawn up and get a nice double boom. Jockey going in there trying to catch the survivors, but they work their way back in the safe room.
The ultimate bait, they pull back in, but the infected is still committing. But what they don't know is that the survivors want them to come to the safe room, because the survivors can hold out a lot better in the safe room. As we just saw, all of the SI just got murder killed, and wow, they barely took any damage. Impressive baiting work by the survivors. Unfortunately, the infected weren't spooky enough. They didn't stay in the trees, and they tried to commit, and were not able to land.
Yeah, that Boomer did get a nice tri-boom there, slowing the survivors down just a little bit, but they are going to be able to push through the rest of this wooded area. But that is going to give Team Pink Rectum Obsession another hit here. I was looking to see if the survivors are going to shop the barn. They actually are not shopping the barn. They are cleaning the common, however. The Hunter spawn in the back. This is going to be a hit. Charger's going to go in there, manages to miss the charge. We're going to have that Jockey lane and the Hunter lane for a nice 2 cap. There's going to be some slow clears. The Jockey's actually still going forward onto Lewis, who is completely separated now. Zoe is going to get that clear right about now. That's a lot of damage on both Francis and Lewis there, Killatoy.
Whoa, I was sweating a bit. That Jockey was going forward. He could have pulled him to the witch, didn't get it. But right now we see Otella trying to spook the witch, but the witch ain't having none of it. Will they be able to pull this draw crown? They need to hurry. There's not much SI up right now except for this Charger, and they do it. Will they get it? No.
Oh, the Charger interfered.
Reloading.
The Charger charged. The Charger charged, and that took a little bit of Bill's attention. And then that Boomer waddles in. Try proxy, and now we're going to see that Hunter landing as well. A massive amount of damage going out again. Splin's going to go down on top of the in cap.
Impressive work by the infected. They made do with what they had. There was only a Charger up at the time of the witch, but the witch got the end cap, and now the SI is dishing out a good amount of damage while the survivors struggle to get Otella back up.
They are going to manage to pick him up now, but that's going to be 3 sets of pills having to be committed almost. Lotus is only about 8 HP from going slow, 9 HP to be exact. And there is another hit, as a matter of fact, coming up. 14 Pink Rectum Obsession. It's going to be that Jockey in the back. Charger is on the side. Smoker and Boomer, another great damage potential hit right here. And if you're the survivors here, Killatoy, you've got to be a little bit concerned for that alarm car coming up as well.
Oh man, Rails, they better M2 to oblivion. Even with their low HP right now, they can still kill this tank and make it into the safe room, but they have to focus here. They have to focus everything they have within themselves. They've got to focus so hard. Focus so hard, and they can still make it, but if they don't focus hard, Rails, that they're not going to focus hard enough to shut down this SI.
That Smoker's trying to get a pull out right here. They're going to be hitting before the alarm car, it looks like. The survivors are just taking their grand old time, trying to clear as much as they can, but they are bleeding. Both Otella and Browntown are bleeding in this sense. That Boomer now wants to come from the back. It looks like survivors starting to push their way out, either push the Jockey or the Smoker. The Smoker has backed up close to the woods over there, and the survivors have now made their way out. They're standing close to that edge with no invisible wall, and they do have a Charger Smoker in the queue for the SI team right here. Survivors taking their grand old time, like I said. Smoker has repositioned to the car. This is some pretty awkward positioning here, Killatoy.
Yeah, and if they are not careful, if this charge can land a double charge, that could mean a death kill for a survivor. Like the AI tank punch, the survivors could still fly over this edge. They need to be careful here while they approach this alarm car.
Smoker is on the alarm car right here. 2 survivors are starting to work their way forward. They're going to have to clear this tongue and then keep going. and it looks as though there's only going to be no smoker pull, but like I said, they're bleeding out this entire time right here. They've been at least 30 seconds since they started moving forward, so that smoker is also still standing there, and they seem to have a little bit of indecision. Here, that smoker is going to go in now. Tongue does get cleared. I don't know if the smoker has a recharge or not. Tank is going to be up now as well. Smoker does not have a recharge, it looks like. Survivors are going to start working their way back. Charger trying to spawn inside, and now it's actually some nice survivor work right there. The boomer is coming in, however. That's going to be a nice double boom. Smoker is still outside. Charger going in, and he's going to land the charge on the Lewis. That's going to be a separation right there. Quickly, let's go over to that pink Rektum Obsession War room, xbye.
Quickly, Rail!
Look out! Need a little help over here. Reloading.
Quickly? Oh, man.
Need some help over here.
This is going to hell real fast. It's over. I'm down. I need some help.
And we are back from that short pink Rektum Obsession War room right there. Unfortunately for Team Panic Attack, they were not able to get the turnaround that chapter killatoy, and now they face a 400-point deficit going into this finale.
Wow, that tank learned how to drive the forklift. He got its certification. He moved in and got 2 incapacitations with that forklift after learning how to drive it effectively. The survivors, unfortunately, weren't doing too bad. Granted, the amount of damage they did take, but they got caught off guard. A charge did land on a survivor, putting him outside, creating the distraction, creating the separation so the tank could move in and get the 2 incaps with the forklift and finally killing the last survivor.
Indeed, and now that is going to be, as I said, a 400-point lead for Team Pink Rektum Obsession. There is going to be a very, very early tank here at 13%, plus also some death charge potential, it looks like. They have that charger and they have a jockey as well for the SI side of things here. This could be a pretty devastating attack here at killatoy if played correctly.
Yes, it definitely could. This could lead to a lot of pulls off the edge, a lot of jocks off the edge, a lot of charges off the edge. Honestly, there are so much working against the survivors here. There's just plenty of potential for ledge hangs. But with the 400-point spread going on right now, it's still, honestly, anyone's game. Either team could very easily win it on this campaign. But this finale here, this is a very long and winded finale. It goes on for what it seems like for days. So both teams really need to have their stamina up if they want to seal the deal and take home the prize.
Indeed, and for Team Panic Attack, they really, really need to get a wipe here at this first tank. That would put them in great position. They would only need to survive the second tank then. If you're Team Pink Rektum Obsession right here, if you kill both tanks, you put yourself in a really, really good position. So this is going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Depends on who gets this tank, depends on how much damage they do on this first hit, and we're going to be in for an exciting finale here. Somebody said what for some reason, and I'm not exactly sure what they're discussing, but
I don't know. Rails, anything could go right now. They could be trying to psych out each other, trying to get the upper hand to win this. So right now, they're probably just saying anything that comes to mind. I mean, Lotus comes out with the sure. Will that prove effective to psych out the other team? I'm not sure. Let's find out how they rebuttal the sure comment made by Lotus. But Lotus, he follows up with just ready, ... when done. Holy cow, he is dishing out so many different keystrokes right now. Will the survivors be able to handle it?
Hashtag Left4Dead. This is going to be that shit talking according to xbye. Now we already see the tank right away, as I was going to mention, and the survivors have pushed their way out. They are going to try to kill that spitter, running through spin, as a matter of fact, pushing the tank a little. We're going to see that SI hit going in, as a matter of fact, onto the survivors. That jockey is going to land. Charger's going for the death charge, and he is going to land it! That's a death charge kill.
What? Did that no way! I need to see a replay. Did that just happen, Rail?
That did happen. Now the other survivors, 14 Pink Rektum Obsession, are pushing forward. There is not a whole lot they can do at this point. A charger is spawning in the back. Tank just has to play goalie now. They're pushing up, and the thing is, the tank has cut them off. killatoy, that was a spectacular charge.
He needs to pull out some Lord of the Rings memes right now and say, "You shall not pass." He cannot let them achieve any more points. They need to wipe them here so that they can make the most epic of epic comebacks on their survivor side.
Indeed, the tank is going to be rolling in here right now. We're going to see the support coming up as well. That is going to be a double punch from the tank.
and it looks as though Zoe has Juke the tank. Now that Charger throwing it again, getting another charge onto the Survivor. That is going to be equipped. The tank is there, landing a beautiful punch. Another punch onto the Pen Survivor. He still has 4.6 HP. That's a ledge hang going out onto Bill over there. Tank is now pushing Zoe, getting a corner onto NT over here. She is now slow. Tank locking her up. One more hit, and that is going to be a Juke actually coming out. Tank is refocusing his attention onto Lewis, but Killatoy, this is disastrous for Pick
Oh my goodness, Otella playing the tank right now, opening up a container of Nutella. He's destroying the survivors right now, dishing out tons of punches right now. He's only got Reflector, aka Lewis, left up. He needs to seal the deal. Don't let him get any further. And Reflector gets taken down by the Charger. Impressive work by the Infected team. They got an early death charge on tank spawn and then sealed the deal with the rest of their hit. Wow, this is what they needed. They stand all the chance in the world to make this comeback. They just need to defeat this first tank.
I think that this is a huge, this is the final opportunity that Pink Rektum Obsession is going to allow, obviously, to Team Pack Attack. Pack Attack hasn't taken advantage of the other two chances. And
this is literally their last opportunity.
Please, Lord Jesus, I need this. Okay, then.
We need to get 1 like equals 1 prayer and 1 share equals 100 prayers. This team needs all of your prayers right now. They need to defeat this first tank and push forward. I really want to see them gain these points back. I want to see a legendary comeback. Come on, comeback.
We know what Killatoy is rooting for at this point in time, but obviously for Team Pink Rektum Obsession, they had the advantage of knowing that this tank spawns right outside the safe room here, and they're going to have that first hit set up. That Tri-Cap can be devastating. Obviously, we could see a death charge going out, but for Team Pack Attack, they really need to clear that jockey. They need to push out, and then they can do a lot of work to that tank, because this tank is very, very Survivor-sided. We're going to be going live right here with the last half of the last round of this match right here, and it's going to be a doozy, I can already tell. Survivors are going to push out into this hit, and they're going to wait in the safe room for a moment, interestingly enough. And we're going to see this Charger going in along with that Spitter. Everything shut down, and xbye, let's take it over to a Pink Rektum Obsession
I'm having
infected
a heart
war
attack
room.
already.
Behind you!
No, you can't get the car.
You can't get the car? Shame. Push back up.
Reloading.
Can I go?
Run. You're alone, you're alone. Gotta go back. Oh, you're on second pass, man. Keep sight. Don't let him get up. Don't let him get up.
Reloading.
Alright,
Going
stay
in.
pushing him.
Reloading. Hunter.
Watch where you shoot.
You can go back now. He's dead.
Reloading. I need some help over here.
Get the hell up, Bill. Look out. Reloading.
That's my bad call.
Reloading. You okay?
Reloading.
And we are back from that Pink Rektum Obsession SI Worm that was almost a kill going out, but turns out to be only 2 downs. That will be all pills committed, but Team Pack Attack has survived that first tank kill, Toy.
They still survived, but they took a lot of damage. I was sweating the entire time. They got a really good separation pull and capitalized and made a lot of damage happen. And right now we're seeing the survivors push forward. Separation going out on a pull and Lotus, but it does get cleared quick. Will this jockey and this hunter get in to do damage? They do get a momentary 2-2 and a lot of damage still going out on the survivors. The survivors just need to make it a little bit further. They can find more pills. They can make this difference. They can close the gap and still make a comeback, but they really need to focus on shutting down all the attacks going forward.
Okay, so you know a little bit better than I do at this point, but for this second tank to spawn here, are they going to get to like 400 some points, or what is this going to be?
honestly, for Left 4 Dead 2, I haven't seen this in so long. I don't know what'll happen, but I don't honestly believe they'll survive the second tank, but if they keep going at this rate, they might get enough points to really win the game without even having to kill tank.
That's what I thought as well. They're going to draw the Witch here. Smoker spawn in front. Not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage that way. Trying to pull even more. Charger going in there, as a matter of fact. Trying to land, does get shut down. Hunter does land. Witch is curving her way in. Going for Francis, and Francis nail. Oh, he misses the draw crown. Francis does actually drop the draw crown. I thought he had it, but he backed up a little bit more.
Their cards were almost played perfectly. The SI was shut down in time for that Witch to come in and get the potential crown, but unfortunately, Otella, feeling the pressure, was not able to get the kill on the Witch. And right now, the survivors are just limping along. Not a whole lot of health bonus or HP. They need to hurry and get to this house so they can find more kills.
He spits, and the survivors drop inside of it. Bill's still standing up top. Jockey gets the death jockey on the Rage Cake.
Rails!
That's the death onto Bill right there.
Seeing the jockey getting Rage Cake confirmed killed. That could have been a potential exploit that we just saw. That could have been a silent jockey. You can't explain it any other way, but right now, there's only 3 survivors left, barely limping along, trying to make HP bonus. The infected team pushing in hard right now, so hard.
One survivor is black and white. I should mention Otella is black and white. Spin's going to go down, and that is going to be the death of Otella as well. Only 2 survivors left up. Hunter lands on Lotus in the spit. Almost another incap going out, and it looks as though Team Pink Rectum Obsession has held on here, Killatoy.
Go for distance right now. Go for distance. I can't tell what the actual scores are right now because everything is messed up for me. But we've got 2 survivors barely surviving. If they can just hold on a little bit longer, they might get all the points they need. But right now, I don't know how much the gap is. I don't know what they need to win.
Gap's over 200 points right now, so that's going to be a nice shutdown going on to those 2 SI. Survivors are going to try to do the best they can here. If they pull this off with 2 people, I would absolutely just eat my entire headset. I don't foresee that happening, unfortunately. And the survivors have now, I think they have to make safe room too. I think xbye is correct in saying that. And
oh man, that is so close. If xbye is correct, the survivors do not stand a chance of winning, but boy, they gave the other team a run for their money.
They didn't start the event. That's what I was looking to. The survivors didn't start the event. They only hit it once, so they're in the field out here, but they are still having to hit the button a second time from what I can
hit
hear.
That event. That's all we need. Hit the event. Go back. Quick. Quick. Run inside. That charger has no HP. You'll easily M2 him. Get in there. Hit that event.
They figured it out, I think. Yeah, they're going back. They have to hit a second time. They're going to find 1 set of pills there, but unfortunately for them, this is going to be extremely difficult now. Both survivors are not black and white, so it's still technically possible, and they've worked their way back to the field. xbye saying Black Lives Matter. That's going to be the hashtag for the game, apparently. And we're going to have that Smoker trying to get a pull on the survivors right here. Missing his pull because it actually went behind the other survivor. And Charger's coming in from the side over there. Spitter as well. Boomer lands a nice single boom out on the survivors. Smoker pull does go out. Charger coming in, and that is going to be actually the mischarge.
The charge, missing the charge. That would have sealed the deal. But honestly, Lotus, aka Lewis, is common locked right now. There is no chance. There is no chance. That is all she wrote.
That is going to be all she wrote. That is going to be Team Pink Rectum Obsession taking the win over Team Panic Attack by a score of 1,299 to 1,079. That is going to advance Team Pink Rectum Obsession to a 1-1 record, and unfortunately for Panic Attack, that drops them to 0-2. What a game here, Killatoy.
What a fantastic game. A really, really solid game. And I want to remind everybody, before you leave, please go to MavWar.com. That's MavWar.com. Please vote for your MVP. I hope you are paying close attention during this intense game on Blood Harvest, because you need to vote for who carried the most weight and did the most epic of epic M2s in this game.
Indeed, they can choose whatever MVP they want, and xbye is saying that we want them to vote. Fear my red badge, according to xbye, because of his streamer status. And that is going to be the end of, I believe, that was the 5th game, right? So then the 6th game, if I'm not mistaken, is going to occur on Sunday, August 23rd at 4 p.m. Pacific time, so that's 7 p.m. Eastern.
Sunday? How am I supposed to get crazy drunk on a Sunday? What is going on?
I don't know. So you're gonna have to do it and then find out how to be uncrazy drunk in the morning.
Exactly, on a work week. Come on, guys, where's the Saturday games? I want to drink a lot of beer.
That is going to be a matchup between the Fat Kids and Psychotics. Now remember, Killatoy, Fat Kids you did describe as being Mexican trains in the last match.
They are back. ISIS is not giving up. They lost the first game, but they're back for round 2. ISIS does never give up. They never give up no matter how much they lose. They hired these fat kids. They put bombs inside of them through Subway sandwiches. And we might see a devastating game by the ISIS hired members of the Fat Kids on the next game next week.
Indeed. So that right there is going to conclude our coverage for the evening. We want to thank xbye for streamcasting this match, and of course the Owl and all of his cohorts over at MavWar for hosting this tournament. Any final thoughts, Toy?
I would like to end on one last note. And aside from thanking everybody for watching, aside from thanking everybody for making this tournament happen and these casts to happen, I'd like to remind everybody, please, 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 we need to remember what this tournament is about, and we need to treat others as we would like to be treated. As Jesus once said, okay? We need to treat each other with respect, and let's be nice and have a good, clean, fun tournament.
Exactly, and that we should remember here, because as we did mention with the competitiveness of the tournament, this is definitely a tournament that was meant to honor a member of the MavWar community there, and also to give people a place to play in an organized fashion, obviously for a cash prize, which is another thing in competitive Left 4 Dead that has been few and far between in the past couple of years. So keeping that sportsmanship up, keeping all that idea of why the tournament was run in the first place, that is definitely something that we want to keep in mind. And I expect a lot of sportsmanship from here on out, I would say. I definitely think
I hope so. That is all I want from this tournament. It's a lot of fun to cast with all these players that you're not really familiar with, and it's really unfortunate to see everybody kind of lashing out at each other. Let's try to keep it civil and have a good time.
And also, as I said to Twitch chat earlier, that a lot of people in the Twitch chat do need the help of Jesus. So just going to give you a little bit of a reminder there.
Praise Jesus! Welcome him into your heart.
Oh shit, who let Sideways box in the mumble? And on that note, we are going to allow that to be the conclusion of this cast. Again, thank you everybody for watching. We will see you Sunday, this upcoming Sunday that is, at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard. Thank you so much, Killatoy, for casting here, and I hope everyone has a great night.
Thank you, Rails and xbye. Have a good night, everybody!